Did Stormbreaker make it into your preview screening room?
Yeah, I think Stormbreaker was fun. I mean, it's interesting what you're saying about this issue with the American box office, and this is absolutely right. Stormbreaker will almost certainly be a big hit here. I mean, it's got all the right ingredients. It's got a PG certificate, which is right, because it means it plays to as young an audience as it needs to. The BBFC rating notes moderate violence, and that's it. The question is whether or not that then translates to America. And unfortunately, and Anthony Horowitz is completely right about this, what defines the future of movies, sadly, is how they perform around the rest of the world. Now, it's got all the constituent elements there. It's got all the things, on the page that should make it a success. And one hopes that if it's a big success here, that the Americans say, oh, well, fine, the Brits have got something that we haven't got, let's have a slice of it. But, I mean, I always sort of live in terror of what happened to Thunderbirds, which was the Thunderbirds, which I actually thought was a fun movie, died on both sides of the Atlantic. This will not. This will do well here, and it will be great to see it doing well in America as well. But the Americans are just such a weird audience. Sometimes they just take against things for not being American. I'm inclined to think that they will actually take this, to their heart, because, it's a great fun romp. It's got loads of action set pieces in it. It's got a vision of London which is internationally recognisable. You recognise it immediately as, the key constituent points of London. I have to say, I think it's the best advert for the Isle of Man that we've seen for quite a long time, because the Isle of Man, it's not Cornwall. All the Cornwall stuff is the Isle of Man, and boy, the Isle of Man looks really good.
You are quite boring about the Isle of Man.
I'm sorry,
on
but
a
it's
regular basis.
No, but it's absolutely true. There is a reason, other than just tax, why so many British movies get shot in the Isle of Man. It's because the Isle of Man, for a very small island, looks like a lot of different places. And I guarantee you that most people who don't know what Port Erin Beach looks like will not say, oh, God, that's not Cornwall. So, it's a good-looking movie. It's a fast-paced movie. It zips along at a nice speed. Like I said, it's got a PG rating, which is good, because there are too many things at the moment with 12A certificates that you can't take younger kids, to go and see. And so its target audience is able to go and see it, and there isn't anything that's going to, put them off, and that's right and as it should be. It's got a brace of fine British performers. I mean, people don't mention, for example, Andy Serkis, who I think Andy Serkis is great in absolutely everything. And it's a speechless role in this, but he's very, very funny. And of course, Bill Nighy is very funny, chews the scenery up in fine style.
Yeah, go on.
I was just going to say, but what I would really like to happen is for the Americans then to say, okay, great, because that is the thing that will guarantee the ongoing success. I mean, it's a shame, because one would really wish that just on the strength of British box office you could guarantee an ongoing series. But as we all know with Bond, I know Anthony Horowitz said this isn't Bond, but there are comparisons to be made here. The reason Bond carries on is because it's a success everywhere, not just in the domestic territory.